1999, we was in Atlanta. I'm walking out of the club. It's a rough place to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. We walking out of this club, this altercation breaks out. There's a bunch of people out there, these fighting break out. My limo is the only limo that's sitting in front of this club, fighting everywhere, 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 everywhere. Then gunshots ring. Pop, 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 pop. 14 gunshots hit the side of my limo. We drove off. We got back to the hotel. And the message was on the news. We are looking for a black limousine navigator in connection to a double homicide. 2 men were brutally stabbed to death. Wow. I was definitely accused of double murder. I was falsely accused of double murder, actually. And they arrested me that morning in front of all 3 of my sons, which is the hardest thing to ever do, is to fight for your freedom in front of your family. And the first night I was in jail, a whisper came to my ear, and it said, "Can you hear me now?" And that's the only time, the real time, that I heard God that clearly.
Hello everyone, again I'm Janae Campbell with UFirst Athletics. Today I have Keira, Phipps, a former shooting guard for the Lady Bulldogs of Bowie State University. Would you mind telling us a little bit about yourself before we get into this?
I've been playing basketball since I was about 12. I've won numerous accolades. I transferred to Bowie State from my junior college, Kilgore College in Texas. That's where I was born and raised.
Okay, well, let's get into it. So, seeing that you've been a past basketball player, what is your take on having an image as a student athlete in college or high school, whatever?
I think, first of all, whether you play a sport or not, your image is very important. When you are a student athlete, that comes with a lot more responsibility. So you need to uphold that responsibility. Make sure that you're taking care of business, because at the end of the day, you are the spokesperson for the university. When we go to other universities to play, or we have conference tournaments, like, you have to represent your school. So you having a clean image outside of school and with your peers, that's vital to how people perceive you, whether on the court or off the court. You want your teachers to know that, hey, like, you mean business when you come in here. You want them to respect you on the court for your game, of course, because that's why we're here. But really, we're here to get education. So I feel like having that good image, it helps you across the board, whether with your teachers or your peers. It'll really get you that pull that you need.
And with having a positive image, have you ever thought about going overseas to play, having, those prospects looking at you, stuff like that?
I definitely wanted to go overseas. I think that was my dream as a child, like, always. I want to go overseas, I want to play in the WNBA. But as you get into college, you kind of realize everything isn't for everybody. And I did have a couple people looking at me and wanting me to go overseas, but at the end of the day, you got to start your life. Get on board with getting a job, getting an education, because at the end of the day, your body may not last for long, but mind, you have that for a lifetime. So you want to try to get a good job and set yourself up. So I think that was my path. Kind of veered off of the athletic path and really took on the same determination that I had on the court. Put that towards your life, towards making good income, bringing in that money. Everything ends up working out.
So, when you were a student athlete, did you face any challenges, like keeping your image positive, or was it a little difficult, hard?
It was difficult. I mean, definitely, I think in the beginning, my freshman year, I was like, oh, turn up, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. And then you start to realize that people are really looking at you. Your teachers will know everything about you. Your professors, they will be, hey, I saw you at such and such. Especially with school parties, you want to have fun and turn up with your friends, but there's certain things that you can't do. You may be of age, but you definitely can't be drinking out where people can see you. You want to be able to just have fun in your own private space, but definitely represent yourself well outside of the house and outside of your home.
And with keeping a positive image, do you have any
program in Grand Prairie, Texas, and a lot of them, they still hit me up, they still call me. A lot of my old teammates who may have been younger than me on my AAU team, they always like checking in on me like, hey man, I see you doing great. And they're always asking me questions like, what do you think about this? Like, do you think I should try this? And I can't let them down. Like, you know, I have a nephew and he's like, oh, I'm so happy. Like, he just thinks I'm just great. Oh, you're in college playing ball. But it's those people that you want to be able to make proud at the end of the day, because it's not about you, it's about them, because you want to be able to say, hey, yeah, I did this. You can do it too. So that's another thing about keeping your image clean. It's hard, but it's definitely worth it because you're letting somebody else know, like, hey, it's possible to be a student athlete, have fun, and still keep clean image. I'm sorry.
So, I know you have Instagram. I know that you started your own personal training thing, Yams.
Check it out.
So, with that, how do you keep that positive after being a past athlete?
I think it's a smooth transition. When it comes to athletics, like, I love working out. I may not love it in the gym, but like, I'm down for hiking, let's go jog and all that stuff. So it was a smooth transition for me, but it actually heightened, like, I really need to keep my image clean now, because it's more people looking at me than just my peers or my teammates or professors. It's people, anybody can view my Instagram. That is public. So personally, you don't want to put anything out there that you wouldn't want your mom to see. And people say that and it's a joke, but in all honesty, like, you want to represent yourself well, especially if you have people who are looking up to you. So I think it was a smooth transition.
So being a trainer and a past athlete, like, do your coworkers know exactly what you do with your...
My coworkers, they're finding out now that what I do. Originally, they're like, oh, I know you, like, you have to work out, you have to do something. I didn't want to say anything, you know. I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm just a normal person. But then I'm kind of like, yeah, okay, well, I do have my own business, and a lot of them, you connect on social media, whether through LinkedIn or Instagram, with your coworkers, with your peers. So eventually they did find out, and everybody was just like, oh my God, why didn't you tell us? But people gravitate towards that. That's another reason why you want to have a good image, because in all honesty, if you have a bad image, I'm not going to be around you.
Transitioning from an athlete to a trainer, what advice would you give, up and coming athletes, whether it's high school, college, or, just them trying to find themselves?
Definitely, I know it sounds corny, but follow your heart. I know that I'm training now, but that's because I can't see my life without training or working out, because every time I look in the mirror, I'm like, hold on, that doesn't look right. Now, what I would give somebody as advice is find that one thing that you can't live without. Some people, they like to sing. Okay, we'll go for it and see if it pans out. Everything may not pan out, but you definitely want to, like you said, find yourself. So you want to try to explore those different avenues that you may have interest in. So if you're an athlete and you're dedicated and you're the one that's always working outside after everybody, and you're working on Sundays and you're taking your cleats up to the field late at night trying to work out, this might be something you might be interested in. And there's other people out there that I know are interested in working out, being healthy just as much as I am. And, if they want to pursue that, they are,
Well, you guys, you heard it from Keira Phipps. Like I said, former shooting guard for the Lady Bulldogs of Louis State University. If you have any questions for her, you can always give her a shout on her Instagram.
Yes, it's KP_the_great, THEGREAT.
Or if you want to train, you can always hit her up on Yams.
Yes, come work out with us. We got hiking groups, jogging groups. I'm going to be having some volleyball tournaments, sand volleyball tournaments coming up in the summer.
So make sure you guys are following UFirst Athletic Image, and that's it right for this interview.
If I could do one thing in this world, it would be to at least inspire one person. Because it's not about how bad you want something. How bad you want something is meaningless. It's pointless if how bad